Imagine waking up one day to discover that everything you believe to be true is a lie. The history you learned, the reality you experience, even the beliefs that define you. What if none of it was real? What if the foundations of your understanding were deliberately constructed to lead you to a specific conclusion, one that benefits others but not necessarily you? Imagine that every choice you've made was based on incomplete or even fabricated information, guiding you down a path that was never truly yours. Perception is a powerful force. From birth, we are shaped by the environment around us, our families, our culture, our education. Every piece of knowledge we consume becomes a part of the puzzle that forms our world. But what happens when the pieces are manipulated? What happens when the stories we hear are just one version of reality, carefully curated to shape our thoughts and actions? Consider the way children are taught history. They grow up believing in heroes and villains, in right and wrong, in the victories of their nation. But what if the villains were merely those who lost the war? What if the truths we accept are nothing more than echoes of propaganda, told so often that we no longer question them? The power of perception. Our brain does not show us reality as it is, but as we interpret it. Studies have shown that our memories can be false, our perceptions can be altered, and our beliefs can be molded by external influences. Think about how optical illusions work. Our eyes see something, but our brain processes it in a way that may not be accurate. Now imagine that this isn't just a trick of vision, but a fundamental truth about how we experience the world. Cognitive biases shape our thoughts every day. Confirmation bias makes us seek out information that supports what we already believe, while ignoring evidence to the contrary. The Mandela effect causes large groups of people to misremember historical facts, leading to the unsettling realization that even our shared reality is not as stable as we assume. If our minds can deceive us so easily, then what does that say about the things we hold to be unquestionably true? History is written by the victors. The history we know is just one version of the facts, written by those in power. From wars justified by lies to historical figures reshaped into symbols, what we believe may be nothing more than a carefully constructed narrative. Consider how different cultures tell the same events in vastly different ways. A revolutionary hero in one country might be a terrorist in another. A discovery by one group is an invasion to another. The framing of history is not about truth, it's about control. Governments and institutions have long understood that the way we perceive the past shapes our future. Censorship, redacted documents, and educational curricula all serve to guide the narrative in a specific direction. What parts of history have been erased from our knowledge? What hidden truths lie buried beneath layers of misinformation and forgotten records? Science and the evolution of truth. Science is often held up as the ultimate pursuit of truth, yet it is constantly evolving. Theories once accepted as fact, such as the idea that the Earth was the center of the universe, have been debunked and replaced with new understandings. But how many more of today's truths will be proven false in the future? Consider how difficult it is for new scientific ideas to gain acceptance. The greatest breakthroughs, heliocentrism, evolution, relativity, were once ridiculed and resisted. If we believe that we now possess the full truth, are we not making the same mistake as those who rejected these past discoveries? What if some of the most fundamental laws of our universe are based on incomplete data? Free will and manipulation. We believe we make free choices, but how free are they really? Every decision we make is influenced by the information we receive. From the advertisements that subtly shape our desires to the algorithms that control what we see online, our thoughts are being directed in ways we barely notice. Political campaigns, media coverage, corporate marketing, each of these industries exists to influence the way we think. Social media platforms use psychological techniques to keep us engaged, nudging us toward specific opinions and behaviors. Governments have used propaganda to unite or divide populations for centuries. If everything around us is designed to influence us, then are our thoughts truly our own? Conclusion. If everything you believe could be a lie, then how do you find the truth? The first step is to question everything. Do not accept information at face value. Investigate, analyze, and consider alternative perspectives. The truth is rarely simple, and it is never handed to us freely. Understand that uncertainty is not a weakness. It is a sign of an open mind. The ability to change our beliefs in the face of new evidence is one of our greatest strengths. Seek knowledge from multiple sources, challenge your assumptions, and be willing to accept that some things may never have a single definitive answer. At the end of the day, the truth is not something that is given to us. It is something we must seek for ourselves. So ask yourself, what if everything you believe is a lie? And more importantly, what are you going to do about it?